Camille because she's number 1. And then some things that Camille talked about that she learned about in kindergarten. But I'm going to start with this side first, if I can. Dear parents, I would like to say I've loved your children every day. This isn't going to be easy. It's usually easier until the end, but for some reason this day is harder. With all their laughs and all their frowns, all their ups and all their downs, to teach each one has been a joy. Each happy girl and smiling boy, they've touched my heart and made me cry. I know they'll soar, I know they'll fly. And as this year comes to an end, you're not filming this, are you? You won't show anyone. Please know I'll always be their friend. Thank you all for your help and support. And here's the hardest line. Thank you for sharing your children with me. Now you, are you ready? We talked about how a person can be happy and sad at the same time, and that makes sense to you, doesn't it? Okay, I'm sad because I'm saying goodbye to you, but I'm happy because you're ready to go. First grade is the place for you. We had a homework assignment where they were to talk about things they've learned, and some were done at home, some were done here as well. So this is what I'm going to do. Camille, you're going to come up first, and you're going to stand right here. Here are the things you're going to get. A memory book with lots of art projects, homework assignments. All those homework assignments where they dictated to you, you wrote down what they say. You're going to love those later on because the words were theirs. So here's your memory book. Inside the memory book is a report card. And you'll also get this. And you will also get a leather bookmark, which I have done for 37 years, with your name burned into it with my name and the date. And I have children tell me years later they still have these. And you will also be getting an ukulele necklace. Now, this is not the type that's going to fit over your head. It's the type that's going to twist apart, and someone might need to help you with it. Okay, your necks are smaller, so it will work better for you. And certainly you may wear these today if you would like. All right, this is what Camille had to say. But before I read it, it's important that we listen to all the different things and make sure that you sit very still, waiting for your turn. You need to be very strong enough to, thank you, especially if you're Sina, because Sina's number 22, so she has to wait the longest, right? When you hear this, you're going to hear that we've covered math, reading, writing, science, PE, music. There's so many different things. This is what Camille had to say. I learned how to play the ukulele. By the way, we pronounce it that way because in Hawaii they say ukulele as opposed to ukulele. Now I can count by fives all the way to 100. I learned how to share. Now I know how to read. I learned how to be scholarly. So Camille, this is for you. You're welcome. I get one of these. And you may either hold it in your lap or take it to your mom and then come back to your dot. We are going in numerical order, so Jesse, come on up. Come stand over here. This is what Jesse had to say. In kindergarten, I have learned how to do math. I love math. They all know Jesse's a real numbers guy. Yeah. I also learned how to read high-frequency words. My teacher taught me how to be polite in class. Now I know how to play hopscotch. Jesse, I get this. And you get these. Jada, come on up. This is what Jada had to say. Is Mrs. Bryce in the room anywhere? Yes. Mrs. Bryce, can you kind of move over? I get so involved. Mrs. Bryce has worked with your children from day one. They see Mrs. Bryce in the classroom, on the playground, in the lunchroom, in the office. She does so many things for our school. Would you all, let's just acknowledge I found her son Joel many years ago. How old was Joel?
32.
32. Miss Laura, where are you? Miss Laura has been with us since January? Since January. She has worked with your children each and every day, and they have grown to love her. So let's please acknowledge her. And now back my way, please. Could I please have a 1, 2, and 3? Jada said, I learned all about reading and writing. Now I know the sounds of all the letters. I learned about numbers. I can now count to 100. I learned how to make friends. What happened? Oh, there's your pictures. And what did you get? Preston, come on up. All right, Preston. Preston said, I learned how to perform on the stage. Now I know about colors and shapes. I learned about punctuation. I can follow directions and playground rules. I learned how to be safe. Feel free to clap after every shot. Okay, number 6. No, I'm sorry, number 5. Ellie, come on. By the way, getting all these things in the right order took me a lot of time. I hope you appreciate that. Ellie, I have learned about letters and numbers. Now I know how to jump rope. I learned about the life cycle of the butterfly. Egg, caterpillar, chrysalis, butterfly. Now I know how to use the computer. I learned how to play the ukulele. Tanner. I'll bet you if you went home and asked them every child's name and number in the classroom, they would be able to tell you frontwards and backwards in order, in numerical order. This numbering system really does help with just number sense. Tanner said, I learned how to draw butterflies. Now I know how to play the ukulele. I'm good at figuring out puzzles. I can now write my name neatly. I know how to read with an exclamation mark. Julia. Julia said, I learned how to add and subtract numbers. Now I know how to count to 100 by 1s, 5s, and 10s. I can now play the ukulele. I learned how to jump rope. Now I can read. Kale, you're welcome. Kale said, I have learned how to write most of the high frequency words. I learned how to play the ukulele. I am so scholarly by not slouching and sitting up straight. I am way better with the quality of my work. Sauji. Sauji said, I learned how to read and write. I can read all of the high frequency words. Now I know how to count and do addition and math. I know how to be a good friend. Now I know how to play safely. I learned how to be scholarly. Andrew? I learned about caterpillars and butterflies. Now I know how to ride a school bus safely. I love this. I learned how to almost be self-controlled. His words. Now I know how to play the ukulele. I learned how to be nice to people. Reggie. I learned how to play the ukulele. Now I know how to count to 10 in different languages. I learned how to make words and sentences. I can count by tens. I learned how to be a great scholar. Jeremiah. I have learned to read. I like to write. Now I can do math. I like to read and to exercise. I learned how to make friends. Johanna. I learned how to use the computer. Now I know the alphabet and the sounds of the letters. I learned about high frequency words like I, can, we, and others. Now I can read and write about things. I learned to listen to the teacher. Alan. I learned about manners and how to be patient. PE is fun. I like doing the monkey bars. I like art time. I made butterflies. I love being the star person because I get to share. I made friends. I like everyone in my class. Araceli. I learned writing. I learned the alphabet and how to read some words. I learned how to do the computer. I learned the ukulele, how to do the ukulele performance. Going to the pumpkin patch was so much fun. Sebastian. I know. Sebastian said, I learned how to read and write. Now I can add and subtract numbers. I can count to 100. Now I know how to color. I learned how to get along with my friends at school. Kelly. Let me check my audience first. Girls, remember, you need to be patient and let everyone have their time. I learned how to play the C chord on the ukulele. Now I can skip and jump rope. I can now speak in front of the class. I learned a lot from daily news. It was my favorite activity. Now I am scholarly. Bailey? Haley said, I learned how to write about butterflies. I can count to 100 by 1s, 5s, and 10s. I learned how to jump fast and crisscross with a jump rope. Now I know how to read the high frequency words. Carter, you're welcome. Carter said, I learned how to be respectful to others. I can now count to 100 by 1s, 5s, and 10s. Now I can recognize 27 high-frequency words. I learned about scholarly behavior and how to listen with my eyes, ears, and heart. It's kind of been the theme of this year. Renata. Renata said, I learned to do art projects like the fantasy bird, the butterfly, and the frog. Now I can read and write. I know how to learn with my eyes, ears, and heart. I learned how to focus on my teacher. Now I know more English than before. I learned how to be scholarly. Sebastian. Sina said, I learned sight words and reading. I love to sing and play the ukulele in class. I like to go to the library. I learned how to do my own work on the computer. I made many friends in kindergarten. Check out the shoes. Signed by all of them. That's what I have for you. This is my last of the last. I'll never forget you. It is time to go outside, and if you want to have pictures taken, food to eat, there's water out there. Thank you for all being here. Go give those to your parents.